I can see the chat now, and I know what happened. So that has multiple options. It must have clicked it, and I didn't catch it whenever I was backing out of it. That or it done it as I was backing out. Anyway, it's fixed now. Let me create a post real quick to let folks know the new link to this particular live stream. Maybe. There we go. Let's see. Copy link. And make a quick post. So it's good to have you guys back. If you was here last week, you know that live stream did not stay up. Not by my own doing. Because of YouTube and their PC world that they've created. And over some airsoft tools, rifles, whatever. Alright, what am I doing here? There we go. Next. Do I have the link? I should have the link. There we go. Okay, post. Hopefully I didn't misspell anything or anything because I was just trying to fly through that. Hey, Miss Marilyn, how are you doing? I've been meaning to text you. I know I texted you that, but I really have been meaning to text you and see how you've been doing. So, hello, LC. Oh, that's interesting. Huh. How would I save this? Copy link. Okay. I have kind of lost track of where I was supposed to be. Let's go ahead and just flip the camera around here for a minute. I got some boxes I got to open. The MCIs that I won last week. What is that? Holy cow. That is not hair. It's like fuzz off of something. My hair's a mess. The hat does not help it. Anyway, I was getting ready to start this live stream, and I noticed the little kittens right beside me here. I've got a stack of boxes that's 4 foot tall right here of stuff that I have not put up, or I don't really have a place to put it right now. Anyway, hey, horny animal, the hat here is real with you. Yeah, I know. It doesn't take long for me to get, see, a nice little ring. Got it on the front and the back. If I do it this way, it's even lower. So, but yeah, the hat head is definitely a real phenomenon. So, thank you for the super chat, horny animal. Anyway, come here, baby. I was getting ready to start, and I recognized and realized, I was like, the kitten's been laying in here for like the last 4 or 5 hours, and she doesn't usually lay in here. But she was laying with the other cat, so I really didn't think much of it. And I was like, I went in and out the door, and I did a couple other things, and she didn't move. She didn't wake up and look to see what was going on. And I thought, this is not good. She's extremely tired, and I don't like at all the beginning warning signs of anything of a cat getting sick. And she is showing signs of not feeling good. And I hope it's just nothing. I just gave her some antibiotics. And I've never had a cat love me like this cat loves me. It's that, or it's like something I'm misinterpreting as her affection, which is, yeah, possible. I mean, it's not like I can hear her tell me that, but she cuddles up to my face and like hugs me, and it's kind of weird. Um, there's only one other one that kind of somewhat does that a little bit, but this one, it's it's more like she's really into it. I just hope she's not getting sick, which maybe she ate something she shouldn't have. I mean, I don't know what that would have been, but she's got me worried. You need to pet back up, honey. She's usually like playing and running around, and she's just doing all this crazy stuff. Which maybe she had a long day of playing. And I didn't realize it or something. But I don't know. I hope that's not the case. Is her nose? It is warm. It is warm. Her nose is warm. It's not cold and wet. Is her nose dry and hot? It's not dry. Well, maybe it is. Yeah. Yeah, it's kind of warm and kind of dry. I have not named her yet. She does not have a name yet. Um, I had a cat when I was growing up that I saved whenever I was like 15, 16. I was 16 because I was driving. And I was coming home from going to see my dad. And overheated. It's like 67 degrees in here constantly. So she definitely couldn't have got, unless she was laying right next to the other cat, and like their combined warmth was probably pretty high. I hope it's something that's as simple as that, and she just snaps back out of it. She does have a little bit of a skin condition as well. Like she's got these little sores on her, like the other injured. I call her injured cat. She doesn't have a name. Um, that's like this. She got fixed, but I don't know. She has multiple issues that I mean. She showed up with all these issues, and I've fixed the ones that I could fix. But she's also got an ear issue that I tried to get fixed whenever I took her to the vet last time, and they just kind of blew me off, which ticked me off. But this one seems to have like a very similar skin condition. It's just not as bad. It's like it's a mild case. Is your ear bothering you, honey? Maybe you got an ear infection? I just gave her antibiotics, so I'm going to give her antibiotics. I just gave them to her. I call it 9 o'clock or 5 till, whatever. And I'll give her some more antibiotics tomorrow, midday sometime. And I'll try. I'll try to help her out, man. I don't want her. I don't want anything to happen to her. I'd like to find her a home. Because I don't need any more. I don't need any more. You just going to sleep on me? Here. Yeah, I'm worried about you. Look, everybody's looking at you. See here? Look. Right here. Look. Look. Right here. Say hi. You're purring up a storm. And I just opened like one of her favorite things of cat food. It's like it's chicken and chicken. It's not fettuccine. It's in a white sauce. I don't know. Anyways, I just opened that up for her. It's in some sort of like cream sauce, white cream sauce or something. I think it's like cheesy, but she licked it a little bit, but she didn't really eat, which another thing that really concerns me, because she got chicken alfredo, that's it. She goes crazy for the like these little things of food. When I open them up, she just, she loves it. And she didn't really have much to do with it. So, another warning sign. Can you eat right now? If you'd eat, maybe you'd feel better. Huh? Would you try to eat? Huh? Yeah, your nose is warm. Your nose is warm. Oh. Got me worried, baby. Here. Oh, you're going to have to get off of me, though. Okay? I didn't plan on you sticking to me like glue. I'll hold you later, okay? You've already covered me in your little fur. Here. Can you eat some more? I'd really appreciate it if you did. There you go. Eat, honey. Anyway, yeah. There was something, I don't know. I'm doing a little bit of World War II research. She's not eating. And I found out there was just a couple interesting little tidbits of stuff that was passed down that the Germans thought about some of our, us and our allies. But I guess that the Germans thought that it was funny that we were walking around all the time chewing gum. Well, they called it bubble gum, but like Wrigley's mainly. They thought that it was funny that that a lot of our men were walking around chewing gum, like that there was some sort of significance to that. Although they thought we were inexperienced and we didn't have our strategy down as well as we actually did. So they thought we were kind of fumbling around, walking around, like ditzy, chewing bubblegum. I just thought it was interesting that they correlated those two together because they were chewing gum. They automatically kind of tied that together as being what's the word I'm looking for? Not as I guess intellectual or hardcore would be a good word, because here's another little interesting fact. The Germans did not want to end up in any type of like urban warfare, like house to house, anything like that, or especially if they ended up in the same house or in the same area within arm's reach of each other as the Canadians. I never would have guessed this, but I guess the Canadians were looked at by the Germans as being extremely barbaric, that they enjoyed hand-to-hand combat as far as like fighting with bayonets and knives. So they would try to avoid that at all costs. And another kind of interesting fact, which I never really thought that much about this, but if, say, the Americans were outnumbering the Germans in a situation, in a conflict, whatever, in an area of conflict, and the Germans just, they knew that they were outnumbered, they knew that they were going to lose, they were ordered to fight to the death. Okay, that was the orders that the Germans had, was to never give up, to fight to the death. And one of the things that started happening was the Germans started to surrender. And the reason that they started to surrender was because they saw how the Americans treated the POWs, how they treated their captors. A lot of times, not always, but a lot of times, they would eat better, have better housing, and get treated better if they were POWs than they did if they were fighting. So I'm not going to say it was an incentive, but if they were in a situation where they knew there was no way out, they weren't going to be able to fight their way out of it, then they would give up to the Americans, and that helped the Americans out a lot. So some of these tactics, you don't think about that really. You think about, like, okay, well, they're the enemy, and say they are throwing the white flag up or whatever, because at this time I know there were rules of the rules of war, but they a lot of times weren't being followed, and they would just go ahead and take out POWs. But you don't think about the aspect of, well, if you treat the POWs well, if you treat them with respect, which the Germans had respect for the Americans because the Americans had humility, which is not something they saw a lot of back then. And they had empathy. They understood, a lot of men understood why the Germans were having to fight the way they were, doing what they were doing. Of course, there were exceptions to that rule. There were people that were all about the objective, which is, as we all know, it's far out there. It's crazy. But most of them were just regular kids and, younger adults that were just fighting because they had to. So a lot of Americans treated them with respect and understood, they were valiantly trying to fight for their country when they had, they were in a situation where they had to. I'm wearing a Vet TV t-shirt that reads 11B Population Control Specialist. Okay. I had Bourbon Street Joe. I found a photo of World War II German soldier helping an American. I've seen a lot of really cool photos on eBay, World War II photos, and this is not a photo, but this is something I screenshotted the other day. Hopefully I have it. I think it's on here. Hang on. Here we go. Yes, it is. So check this out. This is a good one, in my opinion. Can you guys see that? Without the awful reflection. It's an American soldier standing there handing K rations to a German soldier. But this is an incredibly clear picture. Trying to read what the box says. It says W199GM38072, which this could be a chocolate bar, maybe. This could have been D rations, because I've seen D rations in boxes like this before. And it is, it's a pretty decent sized case. God, what I wouldn't do to have that exact case right now in halfway decent shape, maybe stored at 55, 60 degrees for the past 80 years. Man, that would be cool. I don't know, I just thought that was a cool photo. I don't know what he's handing him, actually. It looks like a can, kind of, and then it also kind of looks like I really don't know what he's handing him, actually. I don't know, I just thought that was cool. Well, honey. I'm gonna have to take her to the vet if she doesn't get to feeling better, and I know they're not going to be open tomorrow. Why don't you you want to go get some water? Huh? You look like you got dry mouth. Can we go drink some water? Would you drink some water? Huh? If I take you to get some water, would you drink some water? Come on. I'll be right back, guys. Right back. Okay. I hate that feeling when you know that there's nothing else that you can do. You've done pretty much everything you can do outside of taking her to the vet now, and that'll probably be Monday. Old guy who ran a bakery across the street from where I grew up landed on the. I think I've heard you tell this before. Either Sword or Gold Beach on D-Day would tell stories at Remembrance Day ceremonies. Then Saving Private Ryan came. Wait, what else did B Temple say? Canadians at Juno Beach reached more of their objectives and went further inland than any of the other forces out of all the 5 beaches on D-Day. I mean, obviously they were doing something right back then. I mean, I don't know how it is now. I know if the Canadian military is going any way, sort of like ours is, and I'm not saying everybody's like this because they're not, but there are some things that are going on in that direction that don't need to be happening. Absolutely, they do not need to be happening. A military force is just that, a force. It is not something that is supposed to be softened. It is something that's supposed to be hardened. Yes, it's hard on the men that do it, and a lot of them decide and join willingly. So, and as a guy, like I understand the honor, the pride that you can take in your job and accomplishments whenever you do certain things. Like, I mean, just even finishing basic training sometimes. But now they're taking that down 10 notches from what it used to be. So they need to stop it. They really need to stop it. Anyways, I don't need to get on that right now. It's too early. It's too early in the stream for that. I got a bunch of stuff laid out up here. So last week was this 2200 XT that G Schultz sent along. Anyway, I hope that I was able to inject a little bit of history into this live stream. I need to start doing a better job at that and adding some cool information. I think what I was just talking about was pretty cool. If I find it cool, I figure you guys might find it cool too. And it makes for good conversation. Maybe some other conversation can spin off of that. So, last week, G Schultz sent in 2 of these. One of them I have sitting over here that I'm going to find out if Sean wants it for the museum. If he doesn't, it'll end up either getting some sort of quick review or a live stream. I have got to get a new camera / phone, something with good capabilities. And I wouldn't mind having an actual real camera. I just have no freaking clue what to buy. There's literally probably tens of thousands of different options now. It didn't used to be that way. Like, it used to be a few different options, a lot, but still, now it's just insane what you can. If you start digging in, the options are overwhelming. I don't even know what to do, because I'll see one person saying, this camera's amazing, I've gotten great quality out of it, and this and that, and they usually do these reviews not long after they get the product, like a couple months. And then I'll see people with that same product like a year, that's had it like a year or so or longer, and they're like, oh, it's junk, it started breaking down on me in about a year. And a couple cameras that I was interested in, I've seen stories like that, other YouTubers as well. So I really don't know what to buy when it comes to cameras. I could certainly use some help if someone was a lot more in depth in their knowledge in that area than I am. But I threw up some rations up here. We're definitely doing the MCI and accessory packet tonight. Outside of that, I don't know. Nothing else is nailed down right now. I don't really care. We can dig into either, whatever. I already got some cool Canadian info injected into the beginning of this, so we can go with Canada or America or civilian American. So obviously what we have up here is a 1996 ham steak and pineapple sauce, or a 2010, which that's a big big jump right there, 14 years. Hash browns and bacon, 2010. I had a bunch of 2011s one time. What Canadian? I have a big Canon cam that is collecting dust. Just easier to use the phone. Yeah, it's just definitely easier, but I would like to really up the quality. And it's not, I'm not going to just stick with standing here doing reviews at this table. I have ideas to get out and do some on location type stuff, which is really where my focus has gone, is changing up the format somewhat. I feel like this has gotten a little stale as far as reviews go, so I want to try to liven that up in a way and get other people involved. Even would be a huge plus and add to the conversation. Now, you get other people involved, you're going to end up with a 20 to 30 minute video. I feel like if I do any type of review, a single meal, I should be able to get that in between 7 and 10 minutes. And if it's a 24-hour, I should be able to get that to 15 minutes, roughly. I've got to change the entire format of how I approach those. If needed, if you need me, hail me. Oh, hey, Miss Gail. Wait, who's Francis? Mash up the names of the moderators. I I hope she pulls out of this. As a matter of fact, I'm surprised she hasn't came back in here. Where is she? Where'd she go? Oh, okay. I have not seen her doing that in a long time. So she's obviously cold. She's in there laying in front of the refrigerator, which it pushes hot air out from underneath it, and that tells me that she's cold. When they were little babies, that's where they laid, and really, be right back, guys. Hey, little one. Hey, it's good to see you up and running. All right. Hey, honey. You don't have to come in here next to me. You don't have to. Here, I'll put you up there. Here. She also feels like she's lost a little weight in the last 2 days, I would say. I mean, I'm just now noticing it today, but I assume it's taken at least 2 days for her to shed water weight. I'm assuming usually her belly's full because she's eating, and she's not eating right now, so definitely concerned. Can't even remember what I was doing. Something on my front porch. I had a thing of cat food out there because I've been feeding the neighbor cat out front because it was skinny. Anyways, been feeding it out front, and I had a thing of cat food out there, like put up, and something, I don't know what it was just out on the front porch and knocked it all down. So anyway, that's why I had to stop and just go do that and clean up a mess. you'll be all right, little one. Okay, we're going to start with the, oh no, here, I got a couple boxes real quick we got to open. Nothing major. Spent a little bit of money here, though. More than I wanted to, if I'm being honest. But that's okay. I'm going to open this one from the bottom. What the heck happened to that survival ration that I had here? I got this. I'm not exactly sure even what I'm going to do with this just yet. Other than maybe use it at a meetup, which would be a good use for it, I think. Bourbon Street Joe, courtesy of Bourbon Street Joe here. The knife. Case silent, even though I pronounced it. There we go. Oh, this is larger than I thought it was going to be, actually. Okay, they definitely packed it well with lots of bubble wrap. I'm thankful for that. The can's a little rough, but what? But it's not too bad. This is coffee, roasted, ground, universal grind, 2 pounds net. Certified Brands Incorporated out of Kansas City, Missouri. And someone wrote the date on here being June of 66. I never would have written that date on there, but I'm assuming that was what was on the case that this came out of. I'm sure that's why they wrote that date on there, because this, I'm just, if it was me, that's what I would do. If I had a case and they were getting split up or whatever, I would write the date on each one of the cans. Unfortunately, that is a number that I do not like to see. I was checking out the other day, and my total came up to, like, I can't remember what it was. If it was 1666 or 3660, I can't remember what it was. But anyways, it was, the last three numbers were sixes. And I looked at the cashier and I was like, ooh, that's not good. They looked at me like I was stupid. I was like, I'd like to change that number. And they just, again, looked at me like I was stupid. I was like, I know it's weird. I'm a numbers person, though. I was like, and I don't like doing transactions with that number and stuff. So, yeah. So I almost backed out on this, like, as far as bidding on it last minute because of that. But it sounds good, and I would love to find out how this tastes, because this would be the first time I ever had drip military coffee. So it'd be interesting to find out what this tastes like. Actually means balance in numerology. It's not bad like folks make it out to be. Well, I think that's a double-edged sword. I think, obviously folks who believe in the good side of it can, for some reason, I've always had it in my mind, well, not some reason, obviously, there's lots of one side of that reason, whereas 666 is not good. But I thought that was cool. I'm glad to have it, and I can't remember what I ultimately ended up paying for that. It was probably like $40, I think, after shipping. This one I'm probably not even going to keep. Okay, I haven't looked at this yet. Obviously, I've seen pictures of it. I do fully believe that this is genuine, and this is not something that you see every day. So I did see a lot come up about 3 or 4 months ago of German World War II era rations and food. But I'll be honest, I it was too good to be true. Like looking at the items, they wanted 1,500 for it. If it was all legit, it was worth 4 times that. But I didn't feel like taking a chance with $1,500 and getting reproductions, even if they were reproductions that were made in the 60s or 70s or something. Maybe it was just I couldn't do it, and there was like 3 of the World War II German K rations in that lot. I could pull up the listing, I'm sure, and show you guys. I'd say it's still in my like old listings, but yeah, this I'm going to probably donate to the museum, and hopefully we can get a decent lot going for the museum. This is heavier than I thought it would be. I'm going to need the knife. Oh, I need to be careful. Wow. They weren't thinking about having to get this open when they packaged it up, that's for sure. Okay. Well, they just went ahead and folded that on up, too. So, this is German World War II cocoa. And it is sealed. It is sealed. I thought it was open. Oh, awesome. It is pretty much just one solid lump. But I'm okay with that. I am okay with that. I think this is really, really cool. I did see, I looked through some magazines and stuff and did find some pictures of this. And there is this one. I did not see that rip in it. What the heck? Anyways, this is tobacco. Man, I hate to see that, man. Really hate to see that. Because, yeah, it's actually open to the inside. I mean, I wouldn't mind seeing inside it, but also, like, hang on a second, because I'm going to have to, I got to double check the listing real quick. I do not remember this having a rip in it like this. I could be mistaken, but I don't think that I am. My nose is running. Yeah, well, it did, but it's a lot worse now. Had a little spot at the top. Now it goes all the way down to there. It's definitely worse than it was. Anyway, there's no way to actually repair that either. It's just going to have to stay that way. It's very fragile. Oh, that's cool. It's like embossed on the back. I wonder if there's like printing on the inside. Or is that from that? Yeah, it's from this, I think. It is. So this thing was actually stamped out, folded up already, just like it is right now. And the printing was stamped on it, and then they filled it afterwards. Because you can see it's all, I can feel it. That's awesome. That's actually really cool. That, or this inside piece is a copy of this and they just put two together to make the bag, which I don't think so. I guess it's possible though. I don't know. I thought that was pretty cool. You don't see German World War II era tobacco like that ever. And the cocoa as well is a score. So I think these will most likely fit the best in the Military Ration Museum, especially if we can get a decent German collection going. Alright, so getting this back, this has got to go back in the bubble wrap, and then I got to tape the bubble wrap closed or it'll spill, because that hole in the top. It's definitely one of the cooler German items I've found in a long time. Oh, the silver can, yeah, that's a lot of military coffee right there. I don't know how much coffee we can make with that, but I mean, I'd say quite a few pots. This is not going as planned. Ah, there it is. Just slid right back down in there. Good deal. I'll have to put some tape on that. That way it keeps that nice and closed. There's got to be something I could do to try to repair that wax paper. It is a waxed paper, it feels like. Same as this. Maybe there's something I can do. This doesn't feel quite as fragile because it's double lined, and I think that's probably what's really helping it. 125 grams. It probably still weighs every bit of that and then some because of the moisture that it collected. I don't feel like it's moist, but it did. Actually, that's pretty soft, actually. Believe it or not. I wonder if that wouldn't still be edible. I don't know. Super cool though. I don't like the fact that they folded it like that to ship it. I really wish they had. I mean, yeah. It already had this fold in it at the top. It did not have this fold in it in the pictures. So, yeah. Not happy about that extra fold. Alright, see if I can repackage this back in here real quick. Anyways, that was the two things that I did get in the mail this week. And the case of MCIs that I won on the last live stream, I ended up paying like what? Like it was almost $400, I think. It wasn't bad. I mean, it's not good, but it's not bad. If they are what we think they are, because it never showed an actual date. The listing just said 70s, so I'm praying that it is the 1971s that I think that it is. If not, there will be a case of MCIs up on eBay for sale sometime soon. Okay, where's the box to the coffee? Huh. Is this it? Alright, yeah, I don't know if Sean's on here or not, but like I said, I think that's where those items are going to end up. I just used that for the thumbnail. It actually came with this little lot of MCI stuff that I bought. Oh, honey. Every time I look at you, it makes me feel sad. You got to get to feeling better, little one. Sean might not be on tonight, playing board games with his crew. Oh, okay. He's playing board games, huh? Alright, let's see here. So I have a mix of MCI stuff. This is a lot that I picked up on eBay probably 4 to 6 months ago. I'm going to say I really can't remember exactly when I got this. But this is a really nice MCI box. A lot of times they're just completely trashed. It's got a little staining on the bottom. We took a look at this not too long ago. But I have B units here. Some are from 66. Some are from 60. I've got some cans with 62 on them. These came out of that area. So anywhere from 62 to 66, I would say, is the date range for the MCI cans. And then this box right here also, it has an accessory packet, and it's a full MCI. So I don't know which accessory packet I'm going to open. This is the one that came in this box, so this is most likely how it came out of the case. I'm going to bet that they were one and the same. Decent looking little spoon right there. It's got some pretty decent translucence effect to it, properties. And there's a B unit in here that's no good. It's bloated, so I'm not even going to open that. But see that? That says 1974. There's no way that's right. There's no friggin' way that's right. Because I know that this lot of MCIs was a lot older than that. B unit, Interstate Bakery Corporation. Does that mean General Office, Kansas City, Missouri? I don't know. And then the main in there, it's leaking. That's what the staining on the box is from. Don't look bad though. I mean, it leaked at the seams there a bit, kind of evaporated off, but it don't look bad. I was hoping there was some sort of date on that. There might be on that white bread right there. Let me look at that white bread. I think this goes like this. Yeah. Aha. Nothing. 4K 3G14. If I was a bet man, I would say 1964 or 65, because that's what this seller had. Other things that they were selling on eBay, and that's what they were selling for. But this B unit, it definitely has to be from 74 from what I can tell. Which obviously there would be no accessory packet with cigarettes in a 74, but 01274 is what I'm reading on there. Unless there's nothing else on it. And this looks like an older B unit too, but it could, I mean, I guess 74, it still could, they still could have been in there. I think at some point in the MCI life, like these bigger B units like this pretty much disappeared, if not completely disappeared. So picking the accessory packet, I don't want to mix them up, but I think they're pretty much identical. I like ones that have like this pearlescence to them, but this one's a little heavier than this one for some reason. I don't know why, but it definitely is. In person, this one feels a little bit heavier than this one. Hey, RC Gustos has finally made it back. I've missed the smoke show. Work has been kicking your butt recently. Well, thank you for stopping by, and thank you for the super chat, my friend. You guys, if you don't know, RC Gusto, he does all kinds. Well, he's got all kinds of backlogged ration videos that you should go check out. And if you go over there and click on one of his videos, it might only be a few cents, but it adds up. Every bit of the revenue from his channel goes to the St. Jude's Children's Hospital, and I'll promote that all day long. I think that is a great cause, and I love the fact that he does that. So go click on his videos, and let's watch his videos and make a little bit of money for those kids. Let's see. There's the cigarettes. Right there. They stop right there. So those are shorts, and they are skinnies. So that's a, don't know what kind. Same deal here. This pack's just in better shape, I think. But this is the one that came in the box. We're opening it. I don't care. Flip this over. What is that? It's got a backwards 10 printed on it. Huh. They're both Cadillacs, so. But these should be earlier packs. Because if they were Marlboros or Winstons, they'd be about that much longer. So, yeah. What? Wait a minute. That must be, I don't know. Let's find out together. We got B units to open. We have an accessory packet to open, and we got a chocolate nut roll. So, no way! How did I not see that? Oh man! Not until I flipped it over to open it up, I was like, "What the?" The can looks perfect, and then boom! All right, I'll go grab another B unit. I'm sure I might even have one sitting here, probably. Oh, hi, baby. Oh, you got to get to feeling better, honey. What do I have sitting here? Let's see. Okay. All right, I'll be right back. Good deal. Alright, I was able to match that B unit with a same contents. Is that, I was about to say, is that a freaking hole right there? I don't think it is. No, it's not. It's just a little dent right there in it. The light. Alright, this one looks a little bit of crap from another can on it, but edible. Now, I have had these that were still good. I don't know what this one's going to be. I mean, it does have some corrosion on the bottom here for sure. But let me go get the weird can opener, and I'll be right back. I have saved up a ton of my old open cans for that fellow that does reproductions. I need to gather them all up and get with him and send them to him. We are going to need a tray. Like so. Yeah, we can do it just like that. This is that weird can opener thing I was telling you about. Let's go with the B unit first. Is there a button? But I can't remember what the button does. Alright, there. It's locked on. Am I supposed to hold that? I can't definitely not opening it right now. Yeah. It's like it's too small. Or, oh, there it is. There it is. Nice. Yeah, buddy. I think that was it. Go around one more time. And then that's what I'm, oh, backwards. I'm supposed to spin it backwards. Look at that. Nice. Looks good on the inside. Wait, this one had rust on it, right? Didn't it have a rust spot on it? Oh, it slipped right out of there, too. Inside of that can. It does not have a year on the top of it, by the way. Or, yeah, it does. 78. My bad. So this is a fresher one than I was really shooting for. But you got 3 crackers when you get a cocoa beverage powder. And they smell fantastic. So there's something going on there. Just discoloration from the can, or is that in the cracker? No salt on these ones because this is, like I said, a 74. Seems like the longer crackers are around, whatever style, the longer they get into their life, like the salt starts to disappear off of them, just like these did, just like the MRE crackers did. Because you get in earlier crackers, like from, especially from like 52 to 60, like 63, these things will be caked with salt. Like, they're really tasty, but they're really salty. And then you get into these older ones, or, well, younger ones, I guess I should say. Get into these younger ones, and they're just not. They're just not as, you know, there's no visible salt on these whatsoever. I can taste the salt in my mouth as I'm talking about it. Like, legit. Alright, let's unfold the cocoa beverage powder, which is looking fantastic. I love how they just, like, took a cocoa beverage powder and they went, and then shoved it in a can. Like, that literally had to be what they done. Like, okay, let me make a little ball out of it and shove it in the can. But this feels like it's in really good shape. And it's the horizontal print instead of the vertical. Because some of them are printed this way. This one is printed this way. Horizontal. I would call that vertical print. This horizontal print. Maybe it should be the other way around. Let's see. It's type 1. Cocoa beverage powder type 1 fortified. 1.5 ounce, 43 grams net. Santa Division Beatrice Foods Corporation or Company. Beatrice Foods Company or Corporation, I'm not sure. I'd say it's company. CO's company. P.O. Box 8046, Madison, Wisconsin. Wisconsin, eh? Alright. Cocoa beverage powder. Chocolate nut roll's the one that's got the rust on it. My bad. That's not a good sound. Has this got a hole in it somewhere? Because if it does, it's not worth opening. It sounds like it's sealed. But that could be rusted through right there, I guess. Let me look at it a little closer. If it is, I'll have to go get us something else. I don't think it is, but you guys hear that, like, loose stuff in there? That shouldn't be happening. I do think that I have another chocolate nut roll. I mean, I really don't know. I've never encountered a chocolate nut roll that sounded like this before. Huh. I don't know. What do you think? Should I go get the other one? Or stick with this one. I'll let you guys decide. Oh yeah, I never did put it on live chat. There we go. I see one vote for Give It a Go. Sounds like powder. Doesn't really sound like powder. It sounds like metal chunks to me. Down the hatch, I'm out of here. Have a great night, everybody. Well, thanks for hanging out, CT. You know, you're good company. And I did watch the Bourbon Street Joe and CT and Bourbon Street Joe's wife pizza for review video. And then I also watched a couple other of CT's videos. So go watch CT's videos if you guys want. Or go subscribe to his channel and then come back here after you're done if you'd like. But I don't know. Okay. I'd say you guys are probably about as curious as I am. I just kind of wanted this to be edible. So that's why I'm tempted to go get a different one, because this seems like a bad sign to me, but maybe it isn't. I don't know. I guess we'll find out. Let's find out. Screw it. It's just a can. Well, there we go. There we go. There's like an art to this. As soon as I say that. Try again. Yeah, it doesn't like that rusted spot. Oh. Yep. It didn't work over here. Let me see if I can get it to work. Nope, it's just not wanting to do it. Daggone it. It just won't do it. I mean, I'm sure I could just... Oh, that looks awful. What the heck happened in there? It's like a bunch of metal chunks. What is that? Is that a bug? Huh. Not sure what that is. Huh. But that's, well, that appears to be some sort of like mold or something. Man, I don't know. Let's do this. Let's take a look under the cover. Wait a second, it might actually come out of there. I'll be dit. Well, that certainly is not. What the heck happened inside this can? Look at that. The seam was compromised. You believe that? Look at that. That seam looks perfect. But look on the inside. Huh. Well, you learn something new every day. I mean, that's why we do this, to see what happens to these foods after so many years. I mean, this thing's at least, at minimum, what would it be? 40, at minimum 40, 41 years old. If it was an 80, which it's not. This is probably from the 60s. So it's probably 60 some years old. But it's certainly no good. It's infected with metal and probably not lead. It's a crimped seal. So, it's pretty nasty, though. Let me smell it. It doesn't really smell bad, believe it or not. Nom was hell smoky, as evidenced by this can. You know, it's funny how mixed the reviews are as far as the food goes for the guys that were in during that time, and you know, directly after. Men that had to eat or that were served MCIs as their daily rations. And obviously they had the option of taking 3 rations because, you know, a lot of times there were enough rations to go around. But even though they had enough rations to go around, most men would only take 1 full ration. And then out of the other 2 boxes, they might take like the chocolate nut roll, thing of crackers and peanut butter or something like that. They would not take 3 meals. They would take 1 full meal, and then they would take just a couple snacks out of the other ones, and obviously the accessory packets if they were smart. But yeah, this thing's oh, cool. This might still be a fairly displayable piece of history. Chocolate nut roll. I mean, you know, these cans are getting less and less common every single day. Every time some fool like me opens one up. Yep, there's one less. One less in circulation now. I can go get another chocolate nut roll. So I got crackers with nothing to put on them, but I think we'll figure out what we're eating and see if there's anything. Oh, kitty. Anyways, I'm going to go in for this right now because I just want to see. So I'm going to go for the middle cracker. Yeah, the middle cracker. Look at that one. Is that? I wonder if that's salt. Right here. Let's find out. I'll take a bite from right there. Those crackers are actually really good. That was not salt. I don't know what that was actually. Maybe a little flour. I don't know. They are salty though. They're not as salty as the older ones, because the older ones, with that external salt sprinkled on them, you'd really get that kick of salt. These are still salty in their own respect. It's just not. It's not the same. So I'm curious about the cocoa beverage powder. But we have an accessory packet to open up. And it's got some real nice tear notches on it. It does have a pinhole in it somewhere. It's got some weird dye or something. It's kind of odd. Anybody got any idea what that would be from? Huh. To me, that's really odd. I've never seen red ink on an accessory packet like that before. I don't know what that would come from. Yeah, but these crackers are actually really tasty. Surprisingly so. It almost looks like spray paint, how there would be like something underneath it and it'd get sprayed, like overspray. Look, there it is. Believe it or not. Hang on, focus. That is legit a teeny tiny pinhole. Just a little teeny tiny pinhole. It's not a bug hole, that's for sure, but that is a pinhole. Oh, this one's got an 8 printed on the bottom. So the accessory packets must have been stamped out or in a sheet and numbered at the bottom, because the other one was numbered with a backwards 10, and this one has an 8. Let's find out what's in this accessory packet. Wish I had a razor blade on me here. Alright, I think that should be good enough. Alright, here we go. First smell. That's intoxicating. Got a little dizzy maybe from where I was taking such deep breaths. But I could check out right now, just go sit down, and as long as this continued to smell like this, why can't this be the smell of everything? Like the air, you know? Slightly minty. There's like a really aromatic tobacco scent there, which is also really nice. I have not looked to see what's in here yet, so I'm going to try not to look at the cigarettes. I'm going to try to pull everything else out. The smell is the phosphorus adds something to it that is kind of weird. Even other, like newer accessory packets have a really decent smell to them, just not as deep as this. The tobacco really adds another level. You can pick up a little bit of the coffee, a little bit of the mintiness from the gum, and then the cardboard from all the paper is another scent that you pick up. And when you mash all those scents together, the tobacco, the cardboard, the phosphorus, the little bit of mintiness, you mash all that up together, and you get this really unique aromatic smell that's just like, it's unmatched. There's nothing else that smells like this. And if I ever find something that smells like this, you guys will be the first to know. All right, let's flip the camera back around here. Maybe. There we go. I wasn't sure what this was, but I thought maybe it was the cigarettes. That's about the same size. It's a little thicker, but it's a really nice looking roll of toilet paper, isn't it? It's an older roll. This is definitely from, this is earlier. Definitely not 70s or late 60s. This is early 60s. Maybe mid, but like early mid. There's our 6 grams of sugar made by Van Brode Milling, Clinton, Mass. Cool. I don't know if I have a sugar made by Van Brode or not. It's weird. Oh yeah, that's another dead giveaway right there. Look at that dry cream product. Made by M&R Dietetic Labs out of Columbus, Ohio. How cool is that? And it feels perfect. It absolutely feels perfect. This is most certainly from an earlier MCI, though. This yellow like this yellow packaging is, I think, left over from when they did the yellow accessory packets. It's the same color, it's the same material, other than there's a liner in this, but I think the outer layer is the same. And this color and stuff. So this is just a dry cream product. Ingredients are a powdered formula of light cream, skim milk, calcium reduced, lactose, and calcium phosphate. Cool. Good looking. Good looking. Here we have, what is this? What? Oh, there's our salt that ruined our coffee. Son of a biscuit. Manufactured by the United Instant Coffee Corporation, Paterson, New Jersey. Packaged by Dumont Incorporated, Englewood, New Jersey. Definitely something happened to this, though. These two together, something happened. 2.5 grams net. Can we figure out what year it is by that? I don't think so. I don't think it changed until the MRE years. The salt, I mean, it feels okay. It's a little bit clumped, but it's coming right apart. It had a couple little lumps in it. Packed by Conpack Incorporated. Huh. These are weird names, man. These are weird. And this is a Cadillac. But yeah, this is, I mean, it's one solid mass, unfortunately. It's most certainly no good. Here's our matches. Looking good. These are, ooh, red tip. They are made by D.D. Bean & Sons. As you can see there. Out of Jaffrey, New Jersey. New Hampshire. New Hampshire. And they're strike on front. These matches are designed especially for damp climates, but they will not light when wet or after long exposure / several weeks to damp air. They smell really good. They smell like fireworks, obviously. Good looking pack of matches. Here we have, oh, look at there. Some good looking chiclets. So, there you go. I was talking about this on Slack earlier and wondering where the chiclets came from. Like that. And here you go. Chiclets. Be cool if there was a date on here, wouldn't it? Let's see. Made of gum base, sugar, corn syrup, softeners, starch, and natural flavoring. American Chicle Company Division, manufacturer, New York, New York, made in the USA. And this is the spearmint variety. Spearmint. Spearmint. I always say spearmint, like with an A. Spira. It's spearmint. SPEARMINT. That's a good looking little pack of gum, though. That's probably worth $50 on eBay or something like that. Anything else in there? Nope. All right, last item. Oh, No way. This is the first pack of Camels I've ever gotten. Son of a gun. Look at that. 4 Class A cigarettes. U.S. tax exempt for use outside the U.S. Made in the USA. Look at that. R.J. Reynolds Tobacco Corporation. Company, sorry. Winston-Salem, yep. Complimentary, not for sale. That is a good looking little... Man, that pack is like perfect. And it smells really good too. Smoking more now, but enjoying it less? Question mark. Have a real cigarette. Have a Camel. The best tobacco makes the best smoke. Cool. Cool. I don't even have a pack of these, as a matter of fact. I've got all kinds of full pack Camels, vintage, like as far back as the 30s. But I do not have any of the small 4-packs. I can't believe I don't have any of these. I'm sure I don't. Look, I'd have them on display right here. Nope, Pall Malls, Lucky Strikes, Viceroys, Chesterfields, Marlboros, Camels, Philip Morris. Huh. Yeah, I do not have Camels. This is the first pack of Camels I've gotten. So, cool. And get them packed up. And, yeah. So I guess really the rest of this can go back in the accessory packet. Don't need the salt. I don't need the sugar. Some awesome toilet paper. I really do dig that toilet paper. I wish I could nail down exactly when this is from. I'm pretty sure it's like early to mid 60s. If I was to just put a guess on it, I would say it's probably from 63 or 64 because of the gum. It mixed with some other items there that kind of give me the indication of early to mid 60s. So I'll make a nice display piece for somebody. This gum, I don't know. Maybe it's perfect. I don't know. Because that looks like that weird discoloration you see right there, I think is from the glue of the packaging being stuck back to itself right there. Yeah, I think that's what that is. Huh. Anyways, I better be careful or I'll mess it up. But if you guys wanted me to chew the gum, I could chew the gum. I don't need to chew the gum, but I would. It's a nice collector's item for somebody someday. That was an experience right there. I'm really happy with how that turned out. Obviously, especially with the Camels, because I've never had a pack of the Camels. Super stoked to have those. Hey, Smokey and chat. Brad's Journey. Well, thank you for the super chat, Brad's Journey. Hey, what's up, Brad? That looks like a rather new name in the chat. It's good to see you here, man. Okay, that smells like... kind of smells like the crackers. I'm not going to lie. Thank you so much for that super chat, though, man. Appreciate that. Ooh, that's a little more than I anticipated trying off the get-go. I do want to try it dry, though, just to see. I inhaled more than I got on my tongue. It went down my windpipe. That tastes perfect. God, that tastes really good, actually. I could eat some of that dry. I've never eaten cocoa beverage powder dry outside of trying it like this. You know, just to make sure that it's good. I've never just taken a spoonful of cocoa beverage powder or hot chocolate mix, whatever you want to call it, and eaten it. I don't know why I've never done that, because that actually tastes really good. I know I got some MCI spoons up in this mug. Probably legit in the mug. Oh, here. I got this one. is not an MCI spoon, though. This is an RCI spoon out of a Ration Combat individual that I had extra gear. Or actually, this might be from a food packet in flight from like 52. So this spoon's probably what, 70 years old? 70-year old spoon. And it's I'm not going to go flexing it much, but like for a plastic spoon, this thing has held up really, really well. Looks really good. Look how clear it still is. Nice. I am going to eat a little bit of this powder because I'm going to be a weirdo now. That tastes friggin' awesome. It's really rich and really, really creamy. I don't know what to compare that to. I've had chocolate bars that got really, really bloomed before out of a Canadian CR1M. And that's kind of what that reminds me of. Here we go. Got the Bob Ross mug here from Bourbon Street Joe. I haven't seen Dan in the chat. I hope Dan's doing good over in Australia. I need to get him a package sent over there. I got to get with LC too. I think I meant to get with her in an email this week, and I didn't get around to it. Believe it or not, I got a little bit of stuff going on at the moment that's been occupying my time and brain power, if I have any left. If you guys were to come up with a TV show, well, I'll just throw this out there. Now think about this before you answer. What kind of TV show would you put together? It could be with vintage food. It could be going around to different locations. It could be checking out collections. It could be, you name it. Think about it, and we'll talk about that here in just a moment. So I'm not going to have any coffee to go with my smoke, but I do have cocoa beverage powder. I could add some coffee to it. I mean, I've got plenty of military coffee sitting here, packages of military coffee to make it a mocha, but you know what? I think I'm going to stick with the classic and just have it as cocoa beverage powder. You know how many open accessory packets I have that still have the gum in them, like this kind of gum and the little box of chiclets, and that's the only kind of gum I think came in them. But I've got a lot. Got quite a few accessory packets. This is what I always do with them. Put the stuff, especially if the coffee's no good. If the coffee is good, I slit the coffee open nicely, neatly. Then I put that open coffee back in there. That way now, that accessory packet is perfect for display. You can actually take the contents out, lay them out, have the pack in the back. Looks like it's never been opened. It's perfect. Same with the smokes. Every single accessory packet that I have that I opened myself, which is, I don't know how many by now, a lot. Every single one of them has at least one cigarette left in it. At least one. Some of them have two. So that I could give them away and that person could smoke one and still have one to leave on display. And like if they wanted to open the pack and pull one out, whatever. Yeah, so I keep it authentic. You know what I'm saying? Alright. So, man, I hate... Oh, it's almost a painful process anymore. just because I know a couple things that the value of this, what they're selling for, plus it's one less. Just like I said earlier. I could probably actually put that back on. Look how that ripped. Really weird. Hey, motor! I would have to smoke one of those. I would have to smoke one of those. My dad's favorite. Oh, really? Your dad was a camel man, huh? Or he is a camel man? Wish my nose was a little clearer than what it is. Uh-oh. That's not a good sign. That is falling apart. What the heck? What the heck? Huh. Well, thank you for that super chat, Molder. Well, this foil's got to go because it is wrecked. Let's see. Well, I did not expect this. Those cigarettes are stuck in there. Going to have to do some gentle surgery here, I think. Break out the knife. I might need a smaller knife, actually. Maybe I can pull them all out. I think I need to break them loose from the back, too. This is weird, man. This pack looked perfect. But it isn't. If I'm not really careful, I'll ruin them, too. I don't want that to happen. I sure do want to have one of these. It's just my luck, all that trash I talk about camels. And I was super stoked to get my first camels. Yep. Concentrating. Oh, yeah. Look at that. Look at that. A little bit of patience. Oh, yeah. Look at that. Yes. Nice. Cannot believe that actually worked out. These things need to go in a humidor, something awful. They are dry, dry, dry. But, you know, it's time to have one of these. What did I do with my matches? Oh, here they are. I'm not going to screw around. We're just going to get into it. They smell amazing, actually. I don't smell any of that classic urea, but I'm sure I'll taste it. Yeah. Hey, what's up, Sean? You missed it earlier. Go back, like skip back through and scan back through and see where I'm opening up the boxes. There's a couple items I got that I was talking about that probably going to go to the museum if you want them. Totally up to you, but it could be a good start to a German display. They're definitely authentic items, just judging from like having hands on. Hey, what's up, Phoenix? I love you too. I love you guys. You guys are my family. That is incredibly smooth. Way smoother than I anticipated. Honestly, I thought this was going to be pretty harsh, especially because it's on the drier side. But it doesn't seem to be smoking like it's real dry. Yeah, this is nice. This is nice. Let's see. I would give it a. I'd probably give it an 8 out of 10 on the smoothness. It's really smooth. It doesn't have a real harsh, bitter, like. Sometimes when you smoke any cigarette, it doesn't matter, you'll feel it right here, and it'll be like a. I don't know. That's what I call harshness. It kind of gets you right here in your chest, and it's like almost like a pain. You don't like that. I don't like that. Some people may like that. I don't like that. The flavor, it does have some floral notes to it, kind of flowery. It's got a little bit of the mintiness of the gum, but the way the accessory packet smells is similar to how this tastes, if that makes any sense to you guys, which I wish I could share that smell with everybody. One of these days, smell-o-vision is going to be a real thing. I don't know how they're going to do it. They've already been working on it, as a matter of fact. I know they're working on it. But there will be a way that it'll pick up the smell that you give it, and it'll recreate it. And if you have a little smell producer, or whatever you want to call it, whatever it'll be called, you'll be able to hit a button and it'll recreate that smell that's on the other end of your screen. So one of these days, it's going to be a shareable experience like that. And when you get into consumables, whether it be this or food or drink, whatever, there's a different part of your brain that actually gets involved outside of your sensory experiences that you have that are just purely physical. So, like, you get into a vintage car that you had, like, it's exactly like the one that you had when you were a kid, your first car, right? You find one that's just like it. You sit down in that car, you get to feel the steering wheel, feel the seat, feels exactly like you remember it. You smell the car. Might not smell exactly like you remember because it's somebody else's car, but you get the idea. So you get these sensory experiences, but when you get into consumables, it triggers another part of your brain, and it starts a food memory or a consumable memory that you have. And I've smoked many vintage Camels, like, I don't know, packs worth, packs. I don't know how many. Let's see. Steve gave me a pack one time that had 18 in it, so, but I shared some of those. I smoked another pack from 1943. Can't remember what year the pack he gave me was. It was from one of his videos. Give me a pack of Chesterfields too. Luckies and Chesterfields, both. Oh, the Camels were from the 5-in-1, I believe. The Chesterfields, can't remember where those came from. Anyways, so I have some memories of associating with this type of experience, this flavor, this particular cigarette. And when you smoked a bunch of different ones like I have, my brain does distinguish the difference between one and another, one brand to another. And this is a little different than the ones that I've had. I don't know if it's obviously they weren't perfectly stored, and that little teeny tiny pinhole that you guys saw made all the difference. It made all the difference in the world to this pack. You wouldn't think it would, but all that being said, and the difficulty I had getting this out, it's really good. It's actually really good. I don't have any complaints. I have had some vintage cigarettes that were just too far gone, really. I mean, of course, I tried to give them a go. That it didn't work out well. But this one, it's not too far gone. I don't like the fact that the little aluminum paper stuck to it right there, but it's right down there by the mouthpiece, so it's not an issue. Let me read through some of the chat. Yeah, the 5-man small detachment. That was oh, you're talking about at the meetup. That was a different one. The one I'm talking about is from the video. He actually sent them to me for my birthday like 5 years ago, probably, something like that. It was really nice of him, and I smoked those things slowly over time, and I actually got to smoke one of those with the guy that was my pilot on the boat that I worked on for years before he passed away in a car accident. And he liked Steve's videos, but I got to share a couple of those cigarettes with him. I gave him one of the Camels and probably one of the Chesterfields too. I think I had both of those packs around the same time. So, but when it comes to vintage cigarettes like that, especially if I have a full pack like that, I smoke them very slowly, and I try to share that experience with as many people that want to. Most people won't want to have anything to do with it, but the ones that do, I share it with them. And look how slow this thing's burning. It, after like the first 4 or 5 puffs, the tobacco itself kind of self-lubed the rest of the cigarette and moistened the rest. It feels moist now in my fingers. Like it's not wet, but it's normal feeling, if that makes any sense. Hey, Oldsmokey, can you imagine sending someone bad smells and say like a shrunk, like a skunk, or bad food on smell-o-vision? Yeah, I think that'd be awesome. I think, Gordon, I think that would be great to be able to share that experience, because some of the things, I'll tell you, one of the worst experiences I've had here was whenever was it Polish ration? I think it was a Polish ration. It stunk up my whole house. Like, it was bad. It was really bad. I opened it within a minute or so. My family that was in the kitchen in there was like, what is that? I was like, yeah, well, it's bad. I think that's what it was. I'm trying to remember. It blew up like a balloon, and Dub C sent it to me. Dub C, subscribe to Dub C's channel. Dub C sent it to me, and it was like a newer single meal Polish. I think that's what it was. And then like some of the cheeses and some of the old vintage food that I've opened up. Like, if I could share those smells, they're not great. They're not good in any way, actually. Good night, Miss Marilyn. Thank you for hanging out with us. I think I'm probably going to knock out that the rest of the 2200 XT, since it didn't get to stay up last week from G. Schultz. And let me get some of this in my mustache real quick. Oh, it's really hot. Really good, too. Ethan, you in there?
Yeah.
You want to try this hot chocolate for me?
No. I think it's trash now.
You could try this. Do you like hot chocolate? Ethan,
What?
do you like hot chocolate? Huh?
I'm good.
Alright, I'm putting that out. I gotta try this. Even though it's a cracker, I think the chocolate will absorb into it. It's actually not bad. Sweet and salty. The Best of Eating History and Adam Eats the 80s. I haven't seen that yet. So that was the original name that he came up for that show. That he came up with. I don't know. I don't know why they didn't go with that. Other than the fact that I guess they really wanted to focus on the 80s. I need to watch some of that. Sorry, little one. That's something I could definitely talk to him about, though. For sure. I am hungry, though. I have not eaten today. I did eat, what did I eat? I ate something. Chips. I ate some chips and nacho cheese. Taco Bell nacho cheese dips. I ate 2 of those little nacho cheese dips. Let me see if I can get the rest of these out. Okay, that one's going to come out. Which the other 2 I'll leave in there, but yeah, that one's going to require a little more surgery, I think. And if you go just trying to yank them off of there, it'll rip them every time. I've done that before too. Yeah, I'm going to have to work on that one a little more. Still, actually, that pack right there will probably stay in my collection since I don't have a camel. I don't have a camel pack. I mean, I do now, but I didn't have one. So that one will probably, I mean, it's great. It's a great pack for display. It looks absolutely perfect. A little bit dented in right there, but nothing major. I mean, you want the top to be completely flat, but that's a great looking pack. Great looking pack. I'm not going to complain about that at all. Let's stick that back there out of the way. This is, it's as good as a absolutely fresh one that you buy from the store. So good. Oh, the little kitten. Try to clean my tray off here a little bit so I can use it. I don't know what's left in that 2200 back there. I know there's oatmeal in it. Doing all right, little one? Oh, that's the B unit. A little bit of rust on there. I don't think it'll kill me. Yeah. Enough. Good. Oh. Well, got something on it right there. All right. Good. Good enough. Fresh food. Fresh mixed with the vintage that we had. We got maple brown sugar oatmeal, dried fruit, cool, chocolate chip cookie. That'll go good with the hot chocolate. Nah, cheese spread. Tortillas. Eh. We got the... Whoops. Irish cream cappuccino. I couldn't remember what it was. And I think that's it. 2 heating pads, 1 bag. We got a drink in here. Orange. Yeah, why not? We'll go with that. And I think that's it. Yep, that's it. All right, this is courtesy of G. Schultz. I mean, I guess we could try the flameless ration heater, huh? It'd be quicker to just throw it in the hot water, though. I don't know how this will turn out. I've never had... Well, I have had other oatmeal in a retort before. It was apple cinnamon, I believe it was. And it was made by... Who made that? I think it was Military. But it was like a weird surplus. Anyways, I'm going to go throw that in some boiling water real quick. Right back. All right. Cappuccino time. My youngest son wanted Shiba Inu. Kept calling it a. We couldn't find any in Alaska, so we went with a Belgian. I don't know what that is. You want down, honey? Here, Daddy help you. Daddy help you. Here, there you go. All right. Forgot to make the fold line on it, but I always overfill them anyway. Some. Throw an oatmeal cookie in the oatmeal. All I got's this, I mean, I do have oatmeal cookies that I could access, I'm sure. That would probably help it out quite a bit, to be honest. If I put all hot water in this, it'll be so scalding hot that I won't be able to shake it up. And I probably should go get that oatmeal out of the water real soon. We'll go ahead and make the cappuccino real quick. As quick as I can. I'm going to put some cold water into it first. Not cold, but room temperature. And then some hot. That's probably good. Whoa! Can I click on that? It. Miss Robin with the it says goal. It says goal. Thank you for that sticker, or I think it's a sticker. Oh, this isn't as full as I thought it was. Wow. Holy cow. Thank you so much for that. $20 sticker thingy-majig. I don't know what else to call it. Alright. I think I'm going to have to add some more water to it. I don't think I even got it up to the line. It's foaming right now, but... yeah, it's probably about where it's supposed to be. Super sticker. Kaylin, thank you for the help. Yes. And it doesn't even, yeah, there we go. It let me click on it. Miss Robin Barndoe with the super sticker. Thank you so much for the super sticker. All right, I got to go get that oatmeal or it's going to be, like, taste like metal. You feeling okay, little one? I know you're not. You can jump down from there if you need to, or if you want me to help you. Alright. There it is. Should have looked at that ingredients list. Water being the first ingredient. Then oats, sugar, sweet cream. Contains 2% or less of brown sugar. Maple syrup. Guar gum. Natural and artificial flavors. Modified cornstarch. Blah, blah, blah. Caramel, color, maple syrup, soy lectin, and salt. Sodium, 220 milligrams. 8% of your daily value in that. Alright, next, which we'll dump out the Irish cream cappuccino here in just a minute. Into that cup. We'll do our orange beverage base here. I'm pretty sure for a 20 ounce, right? Always is, I'm pretty sure. Yep. Add to a 20 ounce. Says it right there. Directions: add contents to 20 fluid ounces of water. And I never have 20 fluid ounces of water. Always have these 16 nines. Oh, really? Dang it. Can't believe I did that. Oops. There we go. Get that off of there. Looks quite tangy. Looks like Tang, I would say. Might not taste like Tang. It just depends. There's two different, well, there's three different. There is an orange beverage base that tastes, it's kind of trying to mimic orange juice. There's an orange that tastes like orange Kool-Aid. And then there is one that is obviously more like Gatorade. It's the sports drink type. So, chocolate chip cookie, trans fat free. Again, courtesy of G. Schultz. Ooh, that thing's all like split up, like glued back together. It's really weird. Huh. Like it legit is like stuck back together. Gotta love strange military food. They can make a chocolate chip cookie weird. Now, I know that sounds crazy, but it's true. You see the evidence. Alright, so this is what they're calling dried fruit, or dry fruit mix. It's like we got mango, banana, pineapple, banana chips, coconut oil, banana, pineapple, any other fruit. Looks like I've named it all right off the get-go. Yep, that's it. So 3 different fruits. We got mango, pineapple, and banana. Don't eat that. Stupid. I came across this kid yesterday. I was watching videos. I think they called him Little Einstein or something Einstein. I can't remember what it, something Einstein. But his dad was standing there videotaping him and telling him, like, draw, what was he drawing? Was it food labels? I think it was food. He'd like do Dasani water, he did Gatorade, he did Ritz crackers. He'd like draw the label. It was pretty cool. Kid was on top of his game. He did a pretty good job, I thought. All right, maple brown sugar oatmeal. Don't forget the maple. I guess there is just regular brown sugar oatmeal, isn't there? That's kind of what I expected out of this, to be sticky and a little bit weird. Kind of has a similar appearance to like groats. Kind of a fat, round oat. Oh, it's hot. Lord, it's hot. Let's let some of that come out of there so the package can cool a little bit. It's moist, but not overly so. Like, I would prefer my oatmeal to be a little more runny than this, because at this stage right here, I consider this to be gelatinous. But I'm sure they did it that way for a reason, and I'm sure I can always add liquid later. All right, Irish cream cappuccino that's not very hot. It's like lukewarm. I kind of feel like I should have just went with the completely hot water now. Yeah, that's Sparrow. I was thinking the same thing. The vintage. Actually, that is down below the line considerably. So I can add some more hot water to this, which is a good thing. Unless, I think I can. All right, that put it with the foam. It's about right. This too. Just needs a little wiggle just to kind of incorporate that water into it. Probably could have just added it in the cup if I'd have been smart, but I don't think anybody ever accused me of being too smart. Get every drop of that goodness out of there. Foam's left over inside here. Let's see if I can get some of it out. Yep. Yeah, got some of it out. And they did not give us an eating utensil. Oh yeah, they did. Yeah, they did. It was an accessory pack. It had an MRE spoon in it. I remember now. All right. So here's this weirdness. It's all right, little one. I just want you to get to feeling better. All right, I'm going to eat with this 70-year-old spoon. A lot of the, I don't know, flavoring, I'm not sure, gravy, I don't know what you'd call it. And the oats are really puffy from, I guess, being wet for so long. Like I said, they look more like groats than they do oats. And, all right, here we go. Down the hatch with maple brown sugar oatmeal from a retort. Okay, that's really, really weird. Really strange. It's very smooth as far as the, like, tongue feel. The oats themselves are a little bit rubbery and chewy. And definitely they feel round, which doesn't feel right to me when I'm eating oatmeal. It definitely looks how it feels in your mouth and tastes. The maple is nice. It's pretty subtle, but it's definitely there. Oh man, stitches between her eyes. Yikes. Yeah, rubbery oats. It's not. I would say it's not ideal, but as far as a breakfast item goes, where we don't have that many options, I would rather have this than someone handing me a cheese tortellini for my breakfast. If that makes any sense to you guys. I mean, there's not a whole lot of options out there. The Mountain House granola with blueberries is really nice, but that's not a main breakfast item, and that only comes in one menu as a side item, and then it's also in a couple meal cold weathers. I think it's something like that. They might have a strawberry one as well, but let's see how this cappuccino's holding up. Definitely Irish cream. The sweetness level on this it's not as sweet as the oatmeal. The oatmeal's sweeter than the Irish cream. Usually this is really sweet, and it is. Don't get me wrong, it's definitely sweet, but usually, like, there's nothing else that's going to be sweeter. Well, this oatmeal is certainly sweeter than the Irish cream cappuccino. What'd you say, Sean? Oh yeah, yeah, good. Yeah, one of those scars where you get to tell stories about it. I got a few of those. All right, dried fruit needs to end up in here, I feel like. banana's actually really good. It's got a nice texture to it. I don't know how you guys feel about dried bananas like this. Not freeze-dried, but dried. Sometimes they can be done all wrong. The texture of these is, well, this one is really nice, but sometimes I get the bananas and they're like, I don't know, they're just overly hard. And I don't know what causes that. Because, you know, once it gets so dry, it can only be so dry. But sometimes they're oddly hard. What are you doing, buddy? Come here. No. 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 That's hers. You want to say hello to everybody? Here. Real quick. If I can get the camera to turn around. And say hi. His name's Gray Guy. Yep, Mr. GG. Mr. Gray Guy. He's a big dude. He's got great big old paws. Don't you, buddy? He's a great big old cat. But he's a stray that showed up, and I got him fixed probably, it's been a year ago, probably about a year ago. But I'm pretty sure he fathered a litter of kittens of the neighbors. Oh, he loves me too. All right, here, I'm putting you down. You're too big. Be holding like that. I'm sure you got fur on me. He's actually not fat or anything. He's just a big cat. Like, he's just, like, massive. He's in really good shape. But there is another cat that belongs to someone down the street that comes around here sometimes. And that cat is twice as big as this gray one. No joke. He's two of him. Here, you can't. I don't know if you just want outside or what. He don't come in much. Some of them I let in and out. But he is one of the most well-mannered cats. As far as, especially like a stray that comes around, that showed up or whatever. Like, he is so well-mannered. It's so good. Mango. Pineapple in here? I guess that's a pineapple. I don't know. I used to say I wasn't fat. I just had big bones when I was young. No, he's definitely he's in good shape for a cat. Yeah, that brown stuff's the pineapple. So I feel like this isn't going to be moist enough to affect the moisture of this dried fruit. Although that's what I would like to happen. Put a lot of this smaller stuff that's back here in it, like crushed up banana, and I don't know, mainly probably just that, and some of this mango. But I'm definitely going to add some more liquid to this because I feel like it needs it. What are you eating, cat? Loosey goosey, what are you eating? What could you be eating? There shouldn't be anything for you to eat over there. Now the big gray guy he scratched me too. He didn't mean to, but he did. Whenever I was putting him down. Alright, should I add just hot water to this, or should I add some of this Irish cream cappuccino? I don't know. Ooh, country song. That'd be hard. There's so many good country songs. I'm not really up with like newer country. The only thing I'm really versed in is older country. I would say anything through the 90s up into the early 2000s is what I would know country was. I like a lot of different music, actually. I get into just, it really depends on how it makes me feel. If that makes sense to you guys. I don't know how you guys go about your music choices. And yeah, I think I'm going to add some of this over in here. Hang on. I feel like this is probably going to overpower the flavor of the brown sugar oatmeal. Yeah, I was a big Garth Brooks and Alan Jackson, and I like some Travis Tritt. Brooks and Dunn was a good one. Yeah, liquid over here, I want to do half of it if I can, because I know I didn't put enough in there to really affect the whole shebang. But it should have been enough liquid to help out about half of it. I feel like it could probably stand to have some cookie too added to it. But I haven't even tried the cookie yet. I'm sure it's going to taste exactly how it did last time. Like the last one I had. Maybe. Maybe not. Could be different. Different manufacturer. This is civilian. Well, it's not, but it is. It is, but it isn't. Alright, let's give this a try first. It's definitely got a better consistency to it, in my personal opinion. I don't know, man. It's still just... Dang it, Goose. Get down. The oats are really weird. It's almost like a... It's almost like a boba. Smaller, but it's like that. Like you pop it between your teeth. It's just really, really weird to eat. It tastes fine, but the gelatinous factor of it is really hard for me to overcome. Once it's in my mouth for a couple seconds and like I get some of that gravy away from it, it kind of, it's okay. This is going to be a hard one for me to eat. Maybe adding the cookie might be the trick here. So it's like a double thick chocolate chip cookie. It's really thick. Thicker than normal. I mean, it's definitely edible, but, and some people would probably love this. Like, if you like pudding, you would probably like this. Well, you gotta like oatmeal too, but if you would like pudding, the consistency is really smooth. It's overly smooth, velvety, and then the oats themselves are also smooth on the outside, and they've got like this gelatinous quality to them. But they have a little bit of a bite to them that you kind of pop them in between your teeth. It's really, really weird. It's a very odd eating sensation, especially when you think you're eating oatmeal. It's just, it's not like eating oatmeal. But yeah, thick, 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 thick with 2 C's. Chocolate oatmeal. Oh, wait, what? Nope. This is a chocolate chip cookie. The chocolate chips are weird in this. They're not always like this, but they're like wet and not melted. It's I don't know. It's like they've been over tempered. I would say I don't know what else, why they'd be like this. Has to be a specific recipe for the chocolate in these cookies so that it doesn't produce mold or mildew or anything like that. And like this moisture level, it's got to be something to do with an ingredient missing or something, or they've tempered it wrong. But a lot of the chocolate chip cookies and chocolate chip, like the chocolate chip cookie bars, are like this, with this weird like sticky chocolate. Every time I do this, it ends up all over my hand, but I can't help it. And it melts extremely easy. You can see it, like, really, really easy. Alright, I'm going to shove that down in there, like so. I'm going to see if this makes it any more palatable. I'm going to have to rinse my hands off just real quick, unfortunately. It's because it's like, yeah. What do you need, buddy? What do you need? Alright. I wonder if there's a way that you could, like, take certain vitamins, eat certain foods, do certain things, maybe, activity, something, to make your skin tougher. Because that cat just scratched me on the arm a few minutes ago, and, like, I'm thinking, there's got to be something I can do to make myself not scratch so easily. Maybe I'm crazy. I don't know. Alright, here we go with the cookie. The Irish cream cappuccino added a nice extra flavor to it. But, man, I just cannot get down with this texture. It is the opposite of what I like. You know? I don't know what that is. What the, like, what is that? It's like wax or something. It feels like wax. Like margarine or butter or something. I don't know. It's really slick, and it doesn't really taste like much. Huh. I don't know what the deal with that is. Maybe like a little bit on top. Oh yeah, I know. Cat scratches can put you in the hospital. I know that. Absolutely. Yeah. I just can't do it. I mean, I can, but I don't like it. Yeah, this is not for me. Unfortunately. I mean, even if I thin it out, it's just not going to be for me. Let's try dipping this, well, brand new cookie here. That's more like the size of a regular cookie. I mean, that's half the cookie still there. Dipping it in this, what, 50 to 60-year-old cocoa beverage powder. And give it another dip. It made that taste like Cookie Crisp. Believe it or not. Because I've actually been eating Cookie Crisp lately. And that flavor mimics it really, really well. Mixed with this cocoa beverage powder. I'm just going to take a sip. Yeah, that's actually really good. I got to try it in the Irish cream over here, the way it was intended, I assume, because both of these things came in this ration. There wasn't really 3 solid meals in there, though, I must say. It's more 2 meals is more what I'd call it. Because one of your meals would have to be tortillas with cheese spread on it. Yeah, that's better. Better than the hot chocolate. These two mix really well together. The Irish cream mixed with the weird chocolate and slight crunch after it's soaked for a minute. It's really good, actually. I can imagine, like, this being survival food and that being, like, one of the best things in the world. If you hadn't had a really good solid meal in, like, a week and this is what you ended up having as your dessert, and after you just ate this, which would even taste good in a situation like that. What is it? Like the one last week? Oh, this is the other half of the one from last week. 24-hour ration, like 2 full meals and some snacks. Would like to see what one of their 3,000 calorie ones look like. Yeah, you know, I'll bet the 3,000 calorie ones are like a really strong, solid 3 meals. Whereas, I mean, if you think about it, like 2,200 calories is a lot. That's a lot of food. That's a lot of calories. And then you add like all the other nutrients that comes along with that 2,200 calories. That's more than enough food for a grown adult man who isn't like running 10 miles and cutting down trees and, you know, whatever. 2,200 calories should be enough to get you by. Even if you're hiking and you're burning 3,000 in the day, that 2,200 is you're going to be fine with that, I'm sure. But yeah, I'm sure that's more than enough food for me to get by in a day. And I could honestly probably, you know, I don't know. I was going to say I could split that into 2 days and be happy, have a happy 2 days. I don't know. That might be pushing it. Depending on how hungry I was in that day, that might work. Oh yeah, the orange. I'm not. That just doesn't belong with this type of food right now. That's, I don't know, man. That kind of tastes like Tang. My palate is contaminated with the cookie. I don't know, that's probably a little closer to the orange juice side of things. It's not bad. I like this one. Versus the lemonade, I would take the orange 10 times out of 10 over the lemonade. The lemonade just doesn't do it for me. Ham slice. I could have done one. I think I got a couple ham slices that I could do. I think I got an 89 and a 93 handy. Peanut butter instead of the cheese spread would have been a great addition. Swap. I feel like they overdid it with the cheese spread. They had a cheese spread with jalapenos and then a regular cheese spread. It's like, all right with the cheese, man. Trying to stop me up or what? Could you? Well, you know, I don't know. Probably. I mean, that would probably be more like an episode or like a segment per episode of like on occasion. I feel like drinks is one of those things you run out of really quick, especially brands that anyone notices. So after you go through your major brands, just say Coca-Cola, Pepsi, Sprite, Dr. Pepper, and then you get into more obscure brands, you're going to lose a lot of interest. And then when you start getting more eclectic with wines and whiskeys and things like that, people are really going to be disconnected from that. A lot of people are, even myself included. I have a limited knowledge when it comes to that, I would say. The Orbit drink, okay. I'm pretty sure, I've got a buddy who had me looking. It was, I want to say it was a Snapple. Yeah, it was a Snapple he had me looking for, I think. It was a Snapple Rain, if I'm not mistaken, which they brought that back. I have one in my refrigerator right now. The Orbits, you're talking about the one that had like the little, like, suspended bubbles in it. Like, I remember having those as a kid, kind of, but I don't remember what those balls were like. Like, I have a hard time remembering consuming those balls, if I even did. I don't know. Matt Stoney, 32 Big Macs, McDonald's. And wants to eat 32 Big Macs from McDonald's. And it said it was 38,000 calories and a world record. Gordon, I'm sure that is true. Matt Stoney, skinny little dude, is a beast. That guy, there's not very many people out there that can consume food like him. There's another girl named Molly. I can't remember what her last name is, Molly. She's like got her hair shaved to about right here, and then she kind of pulls it up back here. Not a huge fan of that, but it's not. It doesn't matter. I have watched her. I think it was a 5-pound steak. Was it a 5-pound? Let's see. 32. That'd be 64. Yes, yeah, 72. No, 76. She had a 76-ounce steak. Yeah, Molly Schuler. Yes. It's been a while since I've seen her. It was on Ridiculousness the other day, though. She was like, because she has a very strange eating style when it comes to competitive eating. It's like she just mashes whatever in her hand and just, and then she may chew once and then just swallows it. Like, I don't know how she does it. She has to have some of the most active stomach flora in the world to be able to break that food down in her stomach. Now think about that. She's eating this stuff almost whole. This is why I want to get a setup to where we can like we're talking this, having this conversation right now. I can be like, oh yeah, cool, check this out. I could pull up one of her videos, have my head like down here, and we can pull up and see what she's been doing lately, like what her most recent videos and stuff are. But it's impressive. But her, like I said, her eating style is very different. Now Matt, on the other hand, Matt is, like I said, he's a beast. I think Molly has out-eaten him on numerous occasions, if I'm not mistaken. And then there was a guy over in the UK. He had a channel called Beard versus Food or Beard Meets Food, something Beard and Food. Super ripped dude. Like, he was super, super ripped. But that guy, he could put some food down. Him, and there was another girl over in the UK. Around the same time, she started making videos, and she did a cereal challenge. Like, this has been, man, probably 5 years ago now. But that was the video, I think, that broke her out. And she was eating cereal. Anybody who can sit down in one setting and eat 4 or 5 pounds worth of food, 30 to 40,000 calories worth of food in one setting, like, that's superhuman. Like, that's not something that 99.9% of the population could ever even think of doing. We all have a point to where our stomachs are full. So to get to where they're at, first of all, it takes a lot of determination, training and stretching your stomach. It takes a lot of money, especially nowadays. I mean, think about it. You just said Matt ate 32 Big Macs. What would that be? Be 150, 160, $165. Wait, no, 32, $160. And that's if they're $5 per sandwich. I think they're actually a little bit more than that. So just figure probably close to, what did I say? It would be 130, 151. No, it'd be 160. Yeah, it'd be 160. So probably closer to $200. The Vault drink from the 90s and the early 2000s. Was it like an energy drink thing? I think I kind of remember it. I gotta look. What did I do with my other phone? Huh. Oh, it's back there. It was like Mountain Dew. Then maybe I do kind of remember that. See, here it says energy drink. Yeah, the green stuff. Oh yeah, I remember that. Yeah, it was an energy drink though. Yeah. Yeah, I'll click on an image. Yeah, right there, like that. But yeah, this was actually an energy drink, and I did I did have these a few times. They made these up to probably, I'll say, like probably like 2012. Nope. Actually, I didn't know this till just now, and I'm looking at this. But it was marketed until December of 2011. So we still had it around here around that time. So about 10 years ago, it was still around. But yeah, the Vault was an energy drink, and they had green and they had red. The red was called Red Octane, I think. I'm not sure. I don't remember having the red one. Nope, Red Blitz. Sorry. It was called Red Blitz. Right there. Yeah, I've got to get this stream set up to where we can look at videos together and share. I can share that kind of stuff with you guys. Live chat? That's what I want to need to be on. Oh, you guys are young. You guys are young. I'm old. I'm an old timer. If I'd shave my beard off, I'd look a lot younger than maybe. I used to look young without a beard. I don't remember, or I don't know if I still do. It's been a while. Clearly Canadian. Canadian Dry, right? I don't know if I remember clear. I don't know. Oh, and the water the flavored water bottles, I do remember those. Yes, I do remember those. Those I remember in the 90s, and I remember really liking those flavored waters. So yes, I do remember those. Also, they still make those. I don't think they sell them. I don't think they sell them here. Maybe they do. Is that $27 for one bottle? What? No friggin' way. Okay, here's a 28 pack variety pack. That's not bad. $30 on Amazon. It's like a buck, almost like a buck a piece. But in store, a bottle of it's $2.69 at Kroger's. Oh, this is not clearly Canadian. This is clearly Geyser variety pack, which I'm going to assume is like a direct knockoff of clearly Canadian. Like, take a proven brand that works, and make your own. That's slightly different, I suppose. I don't know. I'm not a huge fan of stuff like that. It's like, have you guys ever seen all those like weird? Okay, they're not Disney movies or Pixar movies or whatever, but like the call it the thumbnail, the image that would be on the box, or whatever, looks almost identical to another Disney or Pixar movie that's out. You guys probably know what I'm talking about, right? Especially if you got kids or have had kids, there will be like those knockoff movies. Like, how do they get away with that? I'm sure there's 1,000 examples of this. Like, I'm just going to call them knockoff Disney. Yep, popped right up. Knockoff Disney movies. There's like the Kung Fu Panda one is awful. Look at this. I wish you guys could see it. There's a documentary on this. They make $500,000 per each one by just claiming fair use and changing a lot of the stuff to be ambiguous. They can crank them out for DVD within 6 months of the original, or less probably. I'd say they probably get leaks on what's coming up, but like this one right here that was like the knockoff of Dory or Finding Nemo. Oh, this is Finding Dory. Same difference. There was it's called Izzy's Way Home, except it's a little pink fish instead of it being the little blue fish, which is Dory. There's Disney's Brave, and then there's the knockoff Braver. Let's see, the princess or the Frog Princess. What? I didn't know that. The Disney one is called the Princess Frog, and the other one is called the Frog Princess. Yikes. Oh my gosh, look at the Aladdin one. Could that be any more blatant? I wish you guys could see that better, but that camera won't focus. If I flip it around, we can do that, though. Like, look how bad the Aladdin one is. They didn't even change the name on it. They're both Aladdin. Except the one on the right is like a goofy pink genie. And then there's like planes with brains. Look, there's the Brave and Braver. Hang on, here it is. Go up here. Look, see, there's the Brave and Braver. One up there. This one kind of like Ratatouille, and then what is this one? Rat-tat. I don't even know how to say that. Rat-tat. I don't know how to say it. Maybe you guys could pronounce it. I can't pronounce that. Um, Dory's actually a poisonous fish? Really? Isn't she like a flounder or something? Blue flounder? What is she? Right here she is. Right there. Blue and the yellow. I didn't know she was poisonous. Then you had Wings and Planes. Looks like Planes was a Disney one, and Wings, this is out of my kids' range. Look at the Cars knockoff right there. Chinese knockoff. It's pretty astounding. I'll give you guys a pretty cool little story. I went in to get my hair cut the other day, which we've talked about this before, but anyway, went in to get my hair cut the other day, and here, hang on, let me go put her somewhere where she can. Here, I'll just hold her. I don't want to smoke with you on me, honey. Oh. Hang on, let me go put her on the chair. What's up? Okay. Anyway, I went into the place where I get my hair cut the other day, and we were standing there talking, and someone brought up Ed McMahon, and they were talking about, and then it kind of spun off into, they were talking about Publishers Clearinghouse, and it was an older lady. I'd say she was probably late 60s, early 70s, sitting there waiting to get her hair done. And I said, hey, ma'am, you remember Ed McMahon doing Publishers Clearinghouse, right? She's like, oh, yeah. I remember him going around giving the checks and the balloons. And I was like, you realize that never happened, right? She's like, oh, yeah. I mean, so like she didn't get what I was saying. I was like, I don't know if you really understand what I'm trying to tell you, ma'am. I was like, I remember that, and you remember that. I was like, but that never happened. Like, Ed McMahon never worked for Publishers Clearinghouse. He never went around and gave the big checks. That never happened. And she looked at me funny, and I was like, she's not going to understand what I'm trying to tell her. So I was like, all right, let me pull it up on my phone. So I started pulling it up, what images are online, because supposedly Ed McMahon did some other sort of sweepstakes thing for a very short period of time back in the 80s or something like that. Late 80s, or it was somewhere along in there, early 90s. So I pull up these images, and there's like nothing. Like, there's a couple images of Ed McMahon as far as like what you could consider to be looking like what our memory is. Let's see here. The first thing that pops up, and really the only thing about it, is Mandela effect. Mandela effect. Man, it's like it's all Mandela effect. He supposedly did a sweepstakes for American Family Publishers, and it was just like a one-time deal, and there's nothing really real to it. There you go. You should eat that food, honey. But this conversation could spin off into a lot of different topics. So this is what I remember coming in the mail all the time. And I'm sure what I'm looking at right here is someone has recreated from memory what it was. This is nothing official. Uh, there's just, yeah. Huh. Anyways, there's so many different Mandela effects now that I guess they're always happening. Really, I mean the Berenstein Bears one, like whatever. I could misremember that. I know how it was always said, but we could have always just been saying it wrong. You know what I mean? Now the Mandela one itself is interesting if you really think about it. About how everybody from that era thought that he passed away and he didn't really. Uh, I agree, Investory. I don't think it's always. Um, I think it's, a lot of times it's just we don't remember it properly, and a lot of people mass remember things or mass get things wrong, right? Like I think that could be the case with the Berenstein Bears one, or is that how you're supposed to say it? That's how I've always said it. That's just how I've always said it ever since I was in kindergarten, probably. Um, but as far as the Ed McMahon one goes, that's to me, that's one of the most predominant ones because my memories are so vivid of the commercials and the envelopes that we used to get in the mail. Like, because we used to get those envelopes. My grandma or my mom, whoever's mail it was coming to the house, we used to get those freaking envelopes with Ed McMahon on them. Like, the Bernstein. I remember because a childhood doctor named Stein and associated the two all through my childhood. Yeah, it was Berenstain, but his name was Stein. Berenstein was Stein and Berenstein, Steen and Stein, right? But both spelled the same. So yeah, but that's wrong. That's wrong. Here's something interesting though. Some people, if you really go digging into this, people will like go raid their old sheds of stuff that they put up, old crap that they put up, old movies, old children's books that from their kids' childhood or their childhood, whatever. It's like stuffed in a shed somewhere. People pull these freaking things out, and they're how we remember it. Like, so was the case like the one that we had in our classroom, maybe one of the misprinted ones, and that's why we got it wrong. I don't know. I don't think we'll ever have a solid explanation for it. I think, I believe that we do misremember some things and we get some things wrong initially and we just stick with that. But as far as like the Ed McMahon one goes, like that one to me, I'll always come back to that one because that to me is one of the ones that I remember so vividly. And I'll tell you another thing that's talked about that's a little bit taboo, maybe kind of. It is kind of taboo to talk about it openly. I don't care. I don't care because when I was little, I used to love to watch airplanes. Like, I used to love, if I'd see an airplane, I would love to watch that airplane. I don't know why. Even the ones that were really far away, like passenger jets that were 30, 40,000 feet, I would watch them. And they would leave behind them, a contrail, a condensation trail. What up, Goose? What is it? What do you see? Loosey Goosey. My son named her Goose, so I had to come up with a different name for her, so I call her Lucy. Loosey Goosey. But he just called her Goose for some reason. Anyways, I used to watch airplanes all the time when I was a kid. I don't know, probably till I was like 10 or something, and kind of lost fascination with it because I was more into like BMX riding and like focused on that because I get laser focused on something like that, and I would always like go overboard. Whatever it was that I was doing, I would do 10 times more than the other kid would do, right? If I had a passion for it and an interest for it, I would go all out. But anyways, I used to watch airplanes when I was a kid. I did it all the time. And literally, as you were watching that airplane, you want it down? As I was watching that airplane go across the sky, so it's here. The trail is tailing it about this far, but that trail disappears with it as it goes. Now, I can go outside at 2 o'clock, 2 p.m., and there will be paths of smoke, whatever that stuff is, going across my sky, right here, right in front of my house. I'll look up there and it'll be crisscrossing and it'll be all over the place. I can come back outside at 6 o'clock and those same lines are still there. That's not natural. That is not. They're trying to tell us it's always been that way. Bull. Stop eating her food. Thank you. No, no. Engine placement's got nothing to do with it. I get aerodynamics and I get that it could be wheel wash and I get all that, but that's not what's going on here. Not when it lingers for 4 to 6 hours. That just doesn't make any sense. Now the fuel being different, yeah, the fuel's definitely different. There's an additive in there. There's something in there that's creating those clouds of who knows what's in that stuff. But if you look at the cancer rates and the disease rates and everything, that's how they've changed. There's got to be a correlation. Yeah, obviously, Phoenix. Do they not still? Not even the older ones? Do they not still say the objects in the rear view, objects in mirror may be closer than they appear? Remember the exact wording? I think that's the exact wording of it. But yeah, obviously, I absolutely remember that. To the contrails, but just how in memory they were. Oh, yeah. That was going to be the next thing I brought up as far as engine placement. Yes. Okay, so this is one that I actually noticed while riding on planes, and it looked really weird the way they had these engines mounted on the wings, and I'm like, man, has it always been like that? I don't remember it being like that. And I got to looking it up, and it's actually a Mandela effect. It's one of the Mandela effects. So the way the engines are mounted on airplanes now, jet engines, passenger airplanes is what I'm talking about. Let's see. Airplane engine placement. Engines on passenger airplanes have changed their positions. 1979, Boeing 737-200 crashes in Cuba. An engine under the wing, commercial aircraft, 110 die plane, first bought in 1979. Jet engine wings, Mandela effect. Let's see what the images say. Okay. So I don't see a clear. Yeah. So see this plane right here? I'm not going to be able to see it very well. Flip it around. See this plane right here? How the engines are like incorporated into the wing on the very inside right there. Oops. What did I do? Like that. And see like how these ones up here are incorporated into the wings. That's how I remember them. Now, I guess I was wrong the whole time. Like that's not how it really is. They're suspended down and they're like in the middle of the wings instead of being sucked in closer to the body of the airplane. It just, I don't know. It's very strange. Very strange. That's definitely one of the ones that I noticed. I wish I could see I wish I had a better explanation for it. But that's definitely one that I noticed. That I noticed that one like in person. I'm like, that is not. There's no way that's how that's supposed to be. Let's see. Yeah, wire all airplane engines in front of the wings. Oh, that's the one that I clicked on actually. Anyway, thought that one was super cool. Whew. Who already came and went? Anyone else? Oh, anyone CCT? I found the drinks he likes here in Winnipeg. The Pineapple Crush. Oh, like in a gas station Pineapple Crush? Pineapple Crush. There's Orange Crush, Grape Crush, and Pineapple. I don't think they do another one. Or do they? I'm thinking there might be one other one. Oh, the May's gone? Wait, that's all different. It's changed to say objects in the mirror are closer than they appear. That is definitely not how I remember that. I'll have to go out and look at my Challenger and then go look in one of my older cars. Huh. That. I wonder why they would change the wording of it like that. If I go to an older car and it says it that way, I'm going to lose my freaking mind. There's no way that's right. Don't forget to hit the thumbs up or down, folks. Be much appreciated either way. Pina Colada Fanta, I never had that. Fanta, that might have been what I was thinking of, though. Because you said Crush. I think I was thinking of Fanta. Because I was also thinking ICP. Isn't that Fanta, right? Isn't Fanta their thing? Well, I'm going to have to go look at that and look into that because what am I thinking of? It used to be in like TV shows on occasion. You know, they'd be backing up, or comedians would make jokes about it, and they would use that objects in rear view may be closer than they appear. That line, that most certainly is how it used to be worded. All right, I gotta look it up. I'll look it up and see what kind of images it gives me. Let's see. Rear view mirror. Mandela. 40 Mandela effects. Okay. Let's see. No way. Alright, hold up. Let's see what images it shows me. Objects in mirror may be closer than they appear. Objects in mirror are closer than they appear. Wait, this doesn't say maybe. It used to say may be. Objects in mirror may be closer than they appear. I guess it doesn't make sense why it would say that they may be, because they're obviously going to be closer than they appear in that mirror. It's always going to be the case because of the perspective and the way that the mirror itself is designed. But this isn't right. There's no way they all say that. Come on. Objects in mirror. See, this person on Reddit is like, it says maybe in quotation marks. Yes, that was part of it. What I want to know is what the inside rear view mirror says, because doesn't it say it on it too? Or am I wrong? Does it not say it? I know the side view mirrors do, but it seems like the actual rear view mirror inside the car says may be closer than they appear. I don't want to open the Reddit app. Just continue. This is how I've always remembered the wording of the warning on the rearview mirrors. I'm 100% sure that's how it was. Now the maybe portion has disappeared. The warning now simply says objects in mirror are closer than they appear. There is no trace of maybe ever being on the warning. Below is a link to the question on Chegg asking about the objects are closer than they appear. You can see in the question in the Inquirer even uses maybe. Huh. This is one of the Mandela effects that nobody will be able to change my mind on. That's how I am with the Ed McMahon one. Nobody will ever change my mind on that one. Let's see. This one's always messed with me. Oh yeah, C-3PO's legs being gold on some toys, both legs. Stephen King remembered it the same way and put it in the book Desperation on page 184, paperback edition, from a Buick 8 and page 222 hardcover of Misery. All says it the way you remember it. See, that's like, I remember it being in like comedians' jokes and maybe even in a movie, or well, probably in a few movies. Meatloaf had a hit in the 90s called Caution. Objects may be closer. Huh. So Meatloaf even had a song based around it. And everyone I've asked around my age all remember it the same way. I'm 40 years old. I certainly remember it that way. And I will be checking older cars to see if they say maybe. See, we need to see some older mirrors, side mirrors. Right here's a picture of one. Objects in mirror may be closer than they appear. Maybe is on this one. but it's not going to play the video for me. Richard Simmons never wore a headband? Bull crap. Bull. Yes, he did. The Fruit of the Loom's logo never had the cornucopia? Yeah, yes it did. This is a good thread. This has got some good ones. Has anybody seen we're 2,000 light years closer to the center of our galaxy? Are we even on an arm anymore? Huh. Let's see. Someone found proof of the cornucopia on the Fruit of the Loom logo. See, I know it. I know it used to be on there. Mandela effect and mass gaslighting. Close up, the Fruit of the Loom logo shows it was drawn in pen. Wait, somebody faked it. Alright, sins, not tragedies. Chick-fil-A logo spelled with a C, not a K. I'm not sure about that one, because I don't have a Chick-fil-A around here. Bust open the ham slice. What ham slice are we talking about? I don't know what ham slice we're talking about. Yeah, Richard Simmons sweating with the oldies. Yeah. I mean, he was all over TV when I was a kid growing up. Like, there's no way. I know. That's exactly what I was saying, Investor. That is my plan for the streaming. I've got to get it set up. It'll be like a camera plug-in to the laptop, so I can still do things this way, but also switch over to the laptop and we can interact. It'll be more interactive. Oh, you're talking about the IMP. I was like, what are you talking about? Ham slice? It's the ham steak with pineapple sauce. Oh, I mean, it's definitely too late this week. So, I mean, I guess I could do that next week. I was just talking to, oh, honey, let me get that out of your way. There, I moved it. I was just talking to Dawn about getting some more vintage IMPs so that we could have some more older I think it's fun going through, especially the older ones, but I prefer them to be edible. But either way, I like going through the older IMPs because there's just so many different items in them, especially for a single meal. But you're going to get like, what, at least 10 food items in there probably. A solid 10 food items, like your main, your snack, your dessert, usually some crackers or something like that, a spread or two, coffee, maybe like a 3-in-1, maybe not, maybe a tea. Like, they're interesting. And I don't really have a ton of knowledge on the older ones, so those are like a surprise for me. So I feel like those are great content for the live streams. I think they're fun. I think they got a lot of different items going on. So I think I enjoy doing those. What kind of car is it? An Impreza 2.5 RS. Oh, we got some Subaru people up in here. Objects are closer than they appear. Really? Son of a gun. Yeah, but I remember it saying maybe, like, I mean, recently. I mean, the newest vehicle I have is 2017, so the oldest one I have would be 93 that I can look in. My Jeep. My Jeep is a 93. I've had it since 99 or 2000. Still runs like a top. Fires as soon as you barely turn the key, it fires right up. Sounds like what Sean has for putting his phone on video shooting what you were thinking about. So I'm pretty sure to do what I want to do, it can be done wirelessly, but it kind of makes it lag a little bit. So I'll hardwire my phone / camera into the computer, and then somehow, I don't know how this works, but I got to figure this out. I switch from the camera view like I have right now, have my laptop sitting over here to the side, you know, hooked in with the cable or whatever. But my stream, instead of it running from here, from my phone, it'll be running from the laptop. And then, like, towards the end, after we do the food and stuff, and we just want to, like, you know, shoot the crap like we're doing right now, I can pull videos up and we can look at videos and I can comment on that. It shouldn't matter as long as they don't have copyrighted music in them. Then fair use is like in full go there. As long as I'm commenting on it and we're watching and doing, you know, it doesn't. As long as it's not me just stealing their content, which obviously it wouldn't be if I'm adding it at the end of an hour and a half of a stream or hour of a stream, however long it is. It's at the end and we're talking about whatever that subject may be, or I wanted to show you guys this video or show you guys something else. Like, yes, something like that. Disney losing over 500,000 masters of music and movies in that fire? Yes. Yep. That did happen, right? You gonna tell me that didn't happen? Why do I have a feeling you're gonna say, that never happened? See, I'm not, I don't like going to a dealership either. And I bought my Challenger at a dealership. I'll probably never go back to another one. You don't remember that happening? I do remember that. It wasn't big news or anything. I don't even know why I found out about it, but I do remember it happening. But it's a Mandela effect. Lots of Subarus in Alaska. That makes sense because Subaru would be a great vehicle for that type of terrain. That and they last forever. Yeah, if you take care of them, they'll last forever. Justin remembers hearing that. Or is that Justine? I think it's Justine. Sorry, I glanced and just said what came to my mind. My, I guess, in-law... Wait, how would that work? Stepmother-in-law? She's kind of like the stepmom of Amber. Anyway, she just got a Subaru recently, and she really likes it. Really likes it. I'll tell you what I'd like to have. Outside of a Tesla, I do really like the Teslas. I hate this electric car like forcing that they're doing. It's not going to work. Turns a lot more people off than it turns on to them. The only reason I'm turned on to them is because my son didn't force me, but he really talked me hard into doing a test drive when I was in New York, and it was awesome. It was absolutely awesome. By far the funnest vehicle I've ever driven. And I've driven some pretty fun vehicles. Haven't driven a Lamborghini or anything. I'm not fancy like that. But I've driven some pretty fun vehicles. I've had some pretty fun vehicles. But this car, I mean, it was on a different level. Like, Teslas are seriously, they're something different. They're special. They really are good. And I know they've been having issues with like little stuff that they're like in the production facilities not being put together exactly right, which I think is crap. Kind of quality control hasn't been there recently. I think honestly, I think it's been since they moved to Texas. So, but Teslas, I know there's a lot of like preconceived notions, and people are like, oh yeah, screw the electric cars. Listen, just try one. I was against it too until I test drove one, and holy cow, they are something else. They are something else. What's not correct? Favorite car, 76 MGB, little British like two-seater convertible probably. I think a lot of those convertibles. Not buying any more cars. You bought a 2020 Honda CRV and a 15 F250 Super Duty. Tom Nash. Tom Nash. Who's Tom Nash? Sounds familiar. Probably know who it is. Not for sure, but probably. Definitely sounds familiar. Nope. Wait, there's a bunch of different ones. Is he like a blonde-haired guy? Because he's on YouTube. That would probably be the one you're talking about. Provide tools and insight to navigate the stock market. Oh, this is a stock market guy. Is that who we're talking about? Oh, listen to what he's saying about Tesla. Okay, I'll do Tom Nash. Tesla. Insight. I will check that out. I need to make a decision on some stocks that I want to invest in anyway. Yeah, so I got the right one pulled up here. Going to reduce my position. Oh, he's reducing his position in Tesla. He must have been a big stockholder. Why the stock market? Well, the stock market's crashing because there's a million reasons why it is, but it's pretty common sense if you think about it. People can't spend their money, and people that have money invested in all these different companies and stuff, some of them are dumb enough to pull their money out right now. Why they would be doing that, I don't know, but some people do that, and when they start doing that, that just upsets the market, and we end up in a situation like we're in right now, which inflation's ridiculous. You've got these companies like the gas companies and retailers, or a product like even the food producers, the production plants, like that actually sell it to the stores, right? They're charging more, they're making more profit, but the farmers that are actually growing that food are making less. They're making less than used to be. The farmer got 37 cents out of every pound or every dollar that they got for retail, for cattle, for beef. Across the board, that's what it averaged out to, 37 cents. So 37%. Now, I think it's down to 28%. It's ridiculous. But what's really ridiculous about that is how much more they're making on top of that, the other 2 or 3 hands that it goes through, depending on how exactly it's done. But there's going to be at least 2 or 3 more hands that are making money off of that to the retail, to when it's in your freezer. I'm actually, for the first time, I've said these things before, but it's closer to being a reality now than it ever has been, and pray to God that it never will be. I hope that it never gets to the point that I think that it is headed. And if it's headed to the point where I think it's going to be, we're going to see farmers on strike because they're sick of getting screwed. You got Trudeau up there that just tried to pass, or maybe he did pass. He drew up some freaking stupid bill where he's going to try to outlaw all the what's that fertilizer? Wow. Starts with an N. I'm having a brain fart. I can't think of it right now. I don't think that's it, Kalen. Yeah, I think it starts with an N. But Trudeau just came up with this like recently, within the I want to say within the past week or two. It's nitrogen based, yes, investory. That's it. So he's trying to do the same thing up there. It's Switzerland, right? The farmers in Switzerland, the ones that are on strike right now, the ones that are blocking the roads with their tractors, the ones that are fighting back, rightfully so. Because what they're doing over there is absolutely ridiculous. But now they're trying to do it in Canada. It's the Netherlands. Sorry. Yes, the Netherlands. I don't know why Switzerland's in my head. So I don't know. So, yes, Daniel, 100%. Like, I wonder if that's real. I wonder if that's more than just a made up rumor. It really seems like it might be real. And that stuff's just in his blood. Like, I don't know, just like here in America, where we can't just stop this ridiculousness, this ridiculous stuff that's going on, which we have remedies for this. It's not like we don't know how to get out of this. It's not like we don't know how to fix this. We know how to fix this. It's just they won't do it. They're going against the grain on every single thing that's logical. They're doing it. They're doing the opposite. Oh, hi, honey. So, same thing in Canada now. It's been the same thing up there. They're doing the same exact insane. They're trying to make these insane movements. But when you have someone sitting on top of their throne that literally just bought oceanfront property that's telling you that the world's going to end because all the ice caps are going to melt and the globe's heating up, they're not afraid of that water level coming up. They just bought an oceanfront property. Like, it blows my mind that anybody would listen to these people. They have absolutely no ground to stand on, yet they've got so many people fooled, or maybe so many people are fools, and they just like what they hear. I really don't understand how that works. But if you just use common sense and logic and actually look at the facts, what really is going on, not like what somebody wants you to think is a fact. It's hard to tell anymore. It's hard to tell. You can't just say, well, I like the way that sounds and I want that to be the truth. It can't work like that. It doesn't work like that. This is proof that things don't work like that. This is great proof that things don't work like that. Oh, I know, Tim. I saw that. That happened, what, 3-4 months ago? Something like that? They're trying to do that with the Armalite stuff here now. If you know what I mean. Investory, cool. I'm all about it. I need to learn a lot. I need to cram. Basically, like it's the finals coming up. I need to figure out a lot of stuff in a game plan. Did you say Discord? I was thinking Reddit for some reason. There's Twitter, there's Facebook, LinkedIn, Spotify. Dude's all over the place, huh? I probably should have done that stuff. Like, really went all out on the social media stuff. Wait a minute. What did you say to do? Oh, you Discord. I'm at Reddit now. That's why I was thinking, oh, yeah, Reddit. Not found the Discord yet. I'm sure I could just type it in, but I figured it'd be right here. Anyways, I'll have to do that here in a second. Let me type it in up here so I don't forget. All right. Need to sign off and clean up my mess. Some 5K left on my Liberty. Gonna save up after that's paid off for the next ride. My motorcycle, I plan on putting like 50% down, getting a small loan to cover the rest. Well, I mean, a motorcycle's affordable. It's economical. But I don't know. Daniel, wait, Daniel, don't you live in Alaska? Where do you live, Daniel? Not, you don't have to tell me. I'm just saying. It seems like, so motorcycle. What are you going to get? Like, maybe if you're lucky, 7 months riding out of that thing, a year. I am a used guy all day long. I don't care if I have the money for a brand new one. It doesn't matter to me. I don't. It really doesn't matter to me if I have the money to buy brand new or not. I'm going to buy used. I'm going to buy used 100 times out of 100. But maybe there's logic to the warranty. I've never had a warranty. I know how to live without them. I've been able to work on my stuff. If anything, I've got enough mechanical skills and know-how to be able to get by fixing, outside of like the engine blowing up and have to pull the engine, anything new, like there's no way I could do that. But pretty much anything that goes wrong with something, I'm going to be able to work on it and get it fixed. So warranties was never a big priority on my list. Now, as far as a motorcycle goes, there's not a whole lot on them that you couldn't fix yourself. If it came down to it, like, you could fix pretty much anything on a motorcycle. But yeah, I'm a used guy all day long. I don't know that I'm right about it, though. I have second guessed myself on my not wanting to buy brand new before. So I don't know if I'm right about that one. I feel like I am, but I do see the logic behind buying brand new for some people. And for some people, I think it's more logical to buy used. But my big thing is, like, if I can buy a car or a truck or whatever it is that whatever it is that I'm interested in for, let's say, 30% of what a brand new one is, and there's not been any huge body style changes or anything like that. Like, say, the difference between a 2014 Challenger and a 2015 Challenger, they're night and day. Like, they're very different. The technology, the interiors, everything's different. The outside, you can make a 14 look like a 15 up, but that's kind of not real. I'm talking about the internals, the stuff that really matters. So outside of like some big changes like that, if I can buy like a 2016 or 17 for a third or less of the price of a brand new one, and I know that this one for a third of the price was well taken care of, then I'm going to buy the one for a third of the price, and I'll probably get just as many years out of it, because I'll probably be sick of it at the same amount of time. Buy a brand new one, I keep it for 3 or 4 years. I buy a used one, I keep it for 3 or 4 years. Maintenance cost equals out to about the same. Some brakes, tires, oil changes, just typical stuff. Maybe put a battery in it, whatever the case may be. Typical maintenance stuff. Maybe even had a bearing go bad. You changed both front wheel bearings on it. You put new struts on it. Still, like, you're not getting into something that's super expensive. Unless you pay a dealership to do it, and then that's when stuff gets loopy weird and it doesn't make sense anymore. But in my situation, what I'm talking about, like doing the work yourself, and I don't know, like for my red car, I bought that car for, I think I paid $1,700 for it. I ended up putting new bearings all the way around it, put new struts on the front, put new shocks on the back, put new lower control arms on it, put upper control arms on it, put tie rod ends on it, ball joints on it. The only thing I have not replaced on that car yet has been the axles. That's been the only thing I haven't replaced, and they probably need it. I haven't noticed anything, but seems how I replaced everything else. But replacing everything on that car, let's see, I bought that car back in probably 2017. So it was 7 years old when I bought it, and I've replaced everything on it. Calipers, rotors, all the hoses on the brakes, all that's been replaced as well. But doing all that, I might have $700 in parts for that, if that. Probably not even that. Maybe $500 to $700 in parts for all that. So I've got a total of what, $2,400 in that car, and it has been a great car. I still got it. It's parked in my driveway right now. My son's wrecked it. Both my sons have wrecked it. Actually, it's not perfect. It used to be nice. Now I would consider it drivable. It's not nice anymore. I used to be proud of that car. Now I'm not. So, but like I was saying, I don't know. That's my personal opinion, though. Everybody has got their own opinions. Oh, it's red. It's definitely red. I ride dirt bikes quite a bit. I used to ride dirt bikes as a teen too. Actually, I had one up until it got stolen out of my garage whenever I was going in for surgery, back in like 2017 or 18. Had a KX 2-stroke. But after I got hurt, I couldn't ride anymore. Couldn't shift. My left leg does not do this. My foot does not go up and down. And I haven't tried to ride anything in the past year or two. I might be able to get by now somehow. Whatever I ride is going to have a clutch, obviously. But I guess maybe I could try to get something that doesn't have a clutch. I've been thinking about getting a street bike of some kind. But, yeah, I used to ride dirt bikes too. Got my endorsement, so I'm going to take a beginner class to get my license and hopefully lower insurance than before next spring. I'm getting the bike. Isn't motorcycle insurance like really cheap? Or it used to be. I don't know if it still is or not. Dude, there's nothing up there that you want. Nothing. You got cat fur all over me earlier. He's such a good cat. Alright. Alright, I'm going to sign off of here, guys. I want to get everything cleaned up here and then focus on the little kitten some, because she's definitely got me worried. Going to be keeping an eye on her. And we made it through this live stream without getting canceled, which is, I guess, a plus. Yeah. Yeah, she's definitely skinny right now. I don't like this at all. But I did give her some antibiotics, and I'll give her some more tomorrow, so hopefully that helps her. But she's just sleeping a lot. She's half awake right now, and I'm petting her. But all right, guys. Yeah, no doubt. YouTube sucks, man. It's nothing like it used to be. And I explained like what was going on with that last week on that second little stream I did, like how they've been basically completely screwing me since back in 2017, late 2017. So, yeah, they owe me a lot, and if I try to get it, I might be lucky to break even, or it costs me some money to try to get it. So, yeah, obviously that's a big issue right now. It'll never get past. Knock on wood. Supreme Court. Better stop there. Anyway, all right, guys. Thank you guys for hanging out and get to talk about all these crazy topics. Sometimes I just like the end of the streams, getting to just talk. And I do want to get it set up to where I can share content with you guys and we can talk. Like you guys could suggest a video or something like that, and I can find it and we can check stuff out. I feel like I would enjoy that a lot, so I definitely want to do that. That's up there on my list. Both my laptops are shot right now, though. I don't know what happened to them. Nothing happened to either one of them, but I could not get either one of them to function. Not my new one that I got from K-Man or my old one, which I had for, jeez, I think I bought it. It's like a 2010 model or something. It's old. Maybe it was older than that. Maybe like an 08. It's old. But I used that thing forever. But all right. Again, thank you guys. Don't forget that thumbs up or down. Thanks to my patrons. Appreciate you guys so much. Thanks all you guys for taking your time out of your Saturday to hang out. I appreciate each and every one of you guys, especially for every minute that you hang out here and watch anything that I've ever done or whatever. I appreciate you guys. And, all right. So, I guess I'll see you guys next Saturday. If anything comes up in between now and then, I'd like to do something. If something pops up that's worthy to do, I might do something in between. No guarantees there. I don't know. Just depends on how something like that happens. Very rarely do I ever do that, but you never know. All right. So, thank you guys for watching, and I'll see y'all on the next live stream. Later.